No More Room in Hell 2 made its appearance today to an astoundingly staggering, overwhelming negative response. Personally, I had a lot of high hopes for this game. The original No More Room in Hell 1 is still a fan favorite cult classic to many today, and unfortunately, I honestly think that new entry does not live up to the expectations. You are probably going to find a boatload of videos that will just hate on this game, and to be honest with you, I am probably going to join those ranks as well, as much as I hate to say it. Truly, in my mind, I gave the game a fair shot. Now don't get me wrong, there are some things that the game does really right, but for every good thing that the game does, there's about 5 really bad things that come right after it. I'm going to be breaking down some of the biggest errors that the game makes, and some of the really good stuff that the game does very, very well. Okay, let's start with some positives. The atmosphere. You can hate on the game all you want, but the one thing that Torn Banner Studios did absolutely right is the atmosphere. At least for the map anyways. It's perfect. I do get that sense of paranoia, the unnerving tension when wandering the overrun streets. The lighting and sound design is pretty great. And personally, I think the map is designed very well. You get the sense that civilization used to exist and thrive, but now at night you just get that unshakable sense of fear and danger at every corner. The lighting is perfect. When you couple that with the shambling horde, you really do get that sense of a lumbering and hungry horde slowly encircling you. And that drive to escape, that slow undead noose getting tied around your neck is honestly what gives you a great adrenaline and dopamine hit. Here's a hot take. I actually do like that the survivors spawn away from each other and have to find each other. I like it. In fact, starting solo and slowly finding other survivors near or at other landmarks is actually a 200 IQ design move. It practically ensures replayability, and it helps with the atmosphere so much. I mean the dread of having to walk the waste solo, and then when you think you are losing hope, you encounter a group of 2 or 3, and suddenly things don't look so grim. It's the feeling of dread to hope is what I think makes the solo spawn design so great. It's fun. Personally, for me, it's fun. I like starting solo and then slowly building your group over time. Sometimes you'll be unlucky and you die unluckily, which may happen a lot because this game is very buggy. So that out of the way, that is actually the only good things I have to say about the game. Everything else is dog water. It's an early access game that asks for quite a bit of money while not giving you much in return. I'd say in the current state, it's still in the beta phase. Only difference is now you paid $30 for early access. I should be recording this with my camera on because you just need to see how frustrated and disappointed I am with the game. But at the time of the recording, I think I'm almost just about done with the game for now. Alright, let's get into some big negatives about the game. Combat. This is a big one. Initially, I was neutral on the combat because I kind of thought that because everyone is level 1 and everyone is still new to the game, I thought that maybe melee wasn't going to be as bad if we leveled our characters, right? And then I realized, when you couple the increased difficulty when you successfully extract and start a new game, loadouts aren't a thing yet. It's on the roadmap. And yes, the game naturally makes it harder for your next run by pumping up the frequency of spawns, both elite and normal, and their health pool. And they want you to do it again starting out with just your trusty pipe. It really makes the melee that much more jarring, and the negatives really start to pop out. The hit registration, even if you are on a server with really good ping, is absolutely dog water. Some examples, zombies can lunge at you from half a screen away even when you think you've given them distance. Sometimes their footsteps don't register in the audio. Zombies sometimes spawn out of midair in front of you or behind you. Runner zombies have a tendency to not get stunned by getting shoved, which is a No More Room in Hell core mechanic. I know people complain about stamina quite a bit. I noticed that on Athlete Survivors, stamina felt much better. I figured once the later perks started becoming available, the more and more people start to figure out the good strats, and they extract more often, there might be some powerful stamina perks in the future. But right now, as you are starting out at level 1, coupled with janky zombies and hit reg and ping, it's just not a good first impression. Lack of loot. I know this sounds odd, but now that the game is an extraction-based PvE survival game with permadeath, I was somewhat disappointed that there really wasn't much to loot. Is it just me? Like, no food cans, no armor plates, or clothing items that we can wear that give us defensive or stamina bonuses. This is a whole city that isn't completely pillaged, just overrun. Surely there has to be arm bracers or football pads laying around that could give us temporary armor. Features, specifically late game? Question mark. No NPC shops, no trading, really no interaction with players from a safe main menu. I mean, it would be cool if we could collect these things and maybe trade them at an auction house or something. I don't know, it just seems like there's a lot missing from this early access release. And after years of development, like, this is what we get? You know, I'm not trying to sound like an entitled gamer, but come on, really? After all this time? I don't know, I just think it could be better. Way better. The game is definitely buggy, unpolished, and the first original game, which is currently mod supported, still supports 8 players, has multiple maps, is free, and plays way better, is just better in almost every way right now, and that is a sad fact. I honestly have no idea how Torn Banner Studios dropped the ball on this one. Maybe they were a one-hit wonder gaming studio, but I don't know. But what I do know is that the No More Room in Hell series is a gold mine. But instead of digging for gold, TB Studios just decided to blow it up with dynamite. This game gets a solid 2.8 out of 10. If you like what you heard or see, please do not hesitate to like, comment, sub. But as always, I really do want to thank you for listening until the end. It really does mean so much to me, and I truly hope to see you again in the next video. Take care.